insane to think otherwise. You have to be a severely, unbelievably stupid or evil person to think otherwise.
Why do you hate Kamala
This
Harris?
shows it. Because I'm from Oakland, California, and I have a lot of familiarity with her, and I do not like how friendly she has been with like SFPD, with Oakland PD, her refusal to hold police officers accountable. It's actually not any of the shit that people talk about in the media, because I know that those things are more nuanced, like the whole thing about like cannabis and things like that. She actually has done aggressive things in that department that a lot of people don't talk about. Like she actually did spearhead a program that was dedicated to rehabilitation and helping people who had been arrested for cannabis crimes and things like that. It's not that. It's actually her refusal to hold police accountable for things that happen out here in the Bay Area that were egregious cases of racial profiling, of harassment, of police brutality that was targeted, people that were murdered, people that were beaten, and her refusal to hold them accountable because she was very like close and friendly with the police out here. You know, like they call her the top cop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the truth. So yeah, there's plenty of reasons I don't fuck with her. I don't fuck with her stance on Gaza. I don't fuck with a lot of things about her. But if I don't fuck with her for her stance on Gaza, then I'm absolutely not fucking with the dude who is like sucking Netanyahu's dick, who literally is talking about flattening Gaza and like moving out of the. He's literally talking about ethnic cleansing. So yeah, I that's the thing about like presidents and leadership is it actually is unfortunately the lesser of two evils. And if anybody on this planet thought that Trump was the lesser of two evils, they're either an evil person who does not care about humanity, or they're a severely stupid person who is gullible enough to actually believe what Trump said.
Well, it was only like 80 million Americans, so it wasn't that many. It was like only 80 million. Really 90 million.
Yeah, and there's a huge problem with education in this country. Do you agree?
10 other million.
You agree that there's a huge problem with education in this country, right?
Yeah, 10 other million for the Democrats didn't come out, so actually 90 million people agreed with Donald Trump on that. So I don't know.
Stupid, man.
They say the numbers don't lie.
What does that have to do with what I said?
They say the numbers don't lie.
Numbers have context. What does that have to do with what I just said, though? How does that relate to what I said?
They're not going to be able to refute nothing you said, Password. They're not going to be able to refute nothing you said, because everything he said is on par with what happened in the election. Even his honesty about his views on Kamala Harris. Like, he could have came out and said that he loved Kamala. Nah, his views was honest on that, but he understood that, hey, in a cycle like this is what we're getting. Unfortunately, hey, I'm not sure what you guys' political views were prior to 2016, but we know MAGA didn't exist. So I'm going to believe that the propaganda wave of MAGA really worked on you guys. That's all I can assume. Like a lot of black conservatives on this app claim that they were Democrats at one point and then say that the Democratic Party left them type shit. And I'm starting not to believe that. I'm starting to believe that these were politically ignorant people from the beginning. And once somebody like Trump came around who could spew some of the rhetoric that they could get behind, like it's somebody in the chat that said Trump is running America in a masculine way. Like, what the fuck do that mean?
That means a lot. And if you don't understand that,
What does that mean? What does it mean?
you don't understand that,
I understand what masculinity is. I understand what masculinity means, but he's not doing a good job.
He's not running America like a beta male.
So what the fuck does that mean?
Like, if you look at Joe Biden,
He's a cut to Russia. He's a cut to Israel.
Like a beta male, though.
He's a cut to Russia.
He absolutely is running the country like a beta male. What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a cut to Russia. He's a
Bending
cut
over
to
for
Israel.
everybody. Hold on, Rob. He's bending over for everybody, bro. You over here sucking on Netanyahu's dick, bro.
Hold on, hey Rob, but seriously, hold on,
President that we ever had.
hold on, but Rob, wait, Rob, during the campaign, right, during Kamala Harris and Biden's campaign, I swear to God, bro, Harris's campaign, I swear to God, bro, every male that spoke at her rallies, every male that showed up for her was a gay male, bro. Literally, every last one of them, bro.
That's just not true, but if that's all you saw, I'm not gonna tell you what you saw. It's wrong.
And then what?
That's because y'all support it, man. Y'all support that shit.
But what let's say
It ain't got nothing to do with me supporting. It ain't got nothing to do with me supporting with two people doing their bed. I don't give a fuck with two people doing their bed. I'm supporting certain policy that affects people like me. That's what I'm supporting. It ain't got nothing to do with supporting the LGBT community.
What up,
And for
Sam?
the record, I ain't got no issue with them. And they deserve human rights. I ain't tripping about that.
Yeah,
But the fact that y'all, here's the thing. Let me say this real quick. Kamala pivoted. This is the crazy thing. Kamala pivoted from the trans conversation. There's an interview that went out in like maybe June, May of 2024 where they asked her about that. And she politicianed the question. Man, it was the Republicans running the motherfucking me ads on Sunday football, making y'all believe that motherfucking transgender, who 1% of the population, who the bulk of us don't even motherfucking see, are somehow about to have our kids, like taking our kids out the bathroom.
But see, and that's a whole nother issue. The fact that that's such a small percentage of the population, but yet seem like they had the largest voice in when it comes
What
to
voice did they have? Bro,
That's kind of like
what did
you.
they have?
That's kind of like you don't represent a lot of black men, but you yell loud.
because you
What they have?
cannot ignore the fact that for the last 8 years, from TV, everything revolves around that community, bro.
That's not true.
And when it came to the
For you, it does, but not in general.
listen,
Neil, what are you talking about?
bro, when it came to the Democrats, you would thought that was just literally the LGBT party.
No, that's your perception of it, and that's proper. That's your perception of it, and you can't understand anything beyond that. That's the problem. No, listen, because you've been talking. So this is a dialogue as I understood it. So
When the
your
Trump campaign
perception of the party is that, and that's fundamentally your problem. That's fundamentally Notorious's problem, and a number of other of you minority Negroes who think that that's the basis of the Democratic Party. That's the problem.
With a landslide. Trump said Kamala Harris is for them, they, I'm for you.
That's just good marketing, which is fine. That's good marketing, but that works on people without an education like you. But that doesn't work with smart people.
You got landslided by a old 70-year plus
That is true.
alleged white racist.
I don't know about landslided, but
You got landslided.
But you also got landslided. The difference is you don't know that you're involved in that number too. But that's beside the point. But she did lose. We have to acknowledge that. But the bottom line is you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to your perception of the Democratic Party, because that's where you're that's with how you've been influenced. And it's very easy. That was the purpose of it. You fell for the banana in the tailpipe. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. It influences people who can't think for themselves. You are in that number.
You fell on the banana. Listen.
Okay, but I mean that's not even funny and stupid. But I mean I'm just saying the point of that marketing was, and we have to admit it was accurate. I mean it was useful. It was actually useful that what they intended for it to do, it actually did.
We bring in masculinity in every factor back to this country.
How does that manifest itself, Fridays? Can you show it?
Quinn, you can no longer let.
No, I'm asking you a question in earnest. What does bringing masculinity back to America look like?
You can no longer
advocate for the. Nigga, do you think you're masculine, Fridays?
There's no more trainee reading hour with our kids.
That's not true.
Masculine to be a fat.
That's not true.
We ain't doing none of that lascivious legislation that y'all. Listen, y'all would no longer be grooming our kids anymore. We're shutting down pedophilic rings and all of that sick shit that y'all be on, all that national grooming that y'all been on for the last decade. We've had enough of that, bro.
If I was standing next to you Friday,
Trainees are not reading
was there,
books
you
to our
really
kids
think they
anymore.
gonna say
We're not
it's
doing
masculine,
that no more, bro. We're not doing that no more.
Here's a clue, Fridays.
Y'all
That
are
wasn't
not
happening.
even masculine.
That wasn't.
Our women's
What
sport
is going on?
bullshit no more.
That wasn't happening in abundance before,
Man in
Fridays.
California who just broke all the.
But where people want it to happen, it's happening. That's the point.
Y'all,
The
I'm
point-
more feminist.
that's the point.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I'm more feminist than most of y'all.
Will you stop talking?
I'm more feminist than a lot of y'all. I want to protect women.
I would agree with that. You're definitely more feminine than most of them.
You're more feminine.
Sports.
You're more
I want to
feminine. You
protect
have more
He just broke all the different records in California. Y'all
Shit, man, ass, bro. What the fuck?
He's being facetious, bro.
no, hey, Armenians, this is how sick these people are, bro. And it's good. I swear to
I
God,
don't know whether y'all really believe this or if you're actually just trolling. Like, if you just, I really don't ever know.
I think it's a little bit of coming in and out.
It's gotta be, man. It's scary both ways.
I was about this the other day, bro. I
Trying to troll in
understand
the
why
reality
people
of
in that.
You were thinking the other day? You gotta hear this.
I understand why people in y'all community hate Trump. I truly understand that. Like
In our community, what is our community? Right.
Most of the smoke that Trump has had as far as
Gotcha. So you don't answer the question. What is our community? What is our community?
Your LGBT community? I understand why y'all hate
Who's
Trump because he has
LGBT?
put a lot of
Neither Cass nor I are part of the LGBT, nor I.
Hey, he has put a lot of pressure.
never finished
So I
this.
get it. I get it.
You get what?
I get why y'all got so much.
How-
he has a lot of smoke for y'all. I get it.
How does, well, I would have
According to the Republican National Convention of Philadelphia, they shut down a goddamn gay website. All them folks.
Go do your research on that, Rob. Do your research. But I know you ain't gonna do it because you love it. You know what I'm saying? You love the
Just
people
saying,
behind it.
what's the
Go do
research?
your research on it.
What's the
I
research?
guarantee you it's not what you think it is. Go
What's
do
the research? I know that there's a lot of closet ass, gay ass white men.
Go ahead, go do the research.
There's Republicans like Lindsey Graham.
What he's going to tell you, Rob, is that there were some young white kids who intentionally tried to shut it down. That's the story that's been circulating. Notorious doesn't know any better.
Probably just a fake in general.
Okay.
Probably just a fake.
It's not. It's
It's not a
not.
fake story.
No, it's
Post it in the chat. Let's take a look at it. Post it in the chat.
You supposed to be big dog. You don't want to claim that you got the source.
happened.
You don't want to claim you got the source.
And this is really coming from you because you don't support any of your arguments. We need.
I think you guys are trying to convince yourself. You're not convincing me.
We're not trying to. There is no convincing people like you.
I don't have to convince myself. You people are the ones who are obsessed with gay people. For y'all not to be punks. For y'all not to be punks. Y'all sure is worried about them all the motherfucking time.
We're worried about them a lot.
The Republicans
Y'all talk about trans people more than trans people.
have a vision. They have a purpose.
Y'all niggas is punks.
We have a great motto for this country, and we're moving forward.
Our motto is multiple felon, multiple time felon. What has he been divorced 3 times? 3 different baby mamas?
Support that culture, felonies,
How do we
abortions, let's all support that.
Who is y'all? You don't have to say something. What is there? When has there ever been
Y'all
any
talking about
legislation?
reform, prison reform. Well, y'all gotta get stuff.
Who was the prison reform bill written by?
Why do we need it?
See, every time we ask about legislation, nobody has a fucking thing to say. But about your feelings and about all these other things, yeah, they all got a lot to
I
say.
mean, it's good food.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but you can manage to say it when you ask the question, though. So I'm asking you.
I can speak what I want. This ain't.
I didn't say that you couldn't. I asked you a question, brother.
The Democrats.
You the one that made the comment. I'm asking you who wrote the bill.
And I'm going on mute.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But you don't know.
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. So stop saying shit if you don't know what you're talking about.
Shut up, bitch.
chill as Michael?
Man, they're not gonna be participating in the Olympics with our women. That, like, I'm reading the shit they said.
This motherfucker's crazy, bro. I remember one day, it was
Looks like I got kicked. Well, then that's a success, Sin. Hope you're having a great day. This has been Kamala Harris, Laws and Justice with candidate John. Go to JohnForCongress.com. Text the campaign at 312-498-0517. Hope you're having a great day, Sin. This has been In the Mouth, Kamala Harris, Laws and Justice.
The section that the government or the empire that comes when the years come, I wonder what you're going to do. But one thing I will tell you is the fact no empire lasts forever. Yeah, it sounds like a joke now because you cannot believe anything like that could ever happen. But it could really go.
Did you ever think you were going to die? Is that your problem? You never thought that you would die?
But I didn't, you know, I thought it was going to forever. But I don't know. God save the queen. Was I thinking that it was actually going to last forever? When am I going to be the king? I don't want to be the king.
Everybody else but black people.
No.
So what he did, he restructured it so it didn't benefit black people.
So then, what's the issue with the war that's going on?
Shout out Donald Trump.
Yeah, shut up, Trump, man. He cleaning up, man. He been taking away federal jobs from niggas like Clinton, man. That's why they down bad, bro. Y'all was wasting money. You niggas was wasting fucking money.
Yeah, Quinn, still here you go.
Nah, he left when I dropped that truth bomb on him. He had to get out of here.
He cooked you real bad.
Nah, he's still here.
He cooked you.
Yeah, Quinn, to answer your question, I want to perhaps
You guys could get some real moderators and they could move me to the bottom and then start talking to me. That's also fucking stupid. But yeah, go ahead, Notori.
Yeah, no, I was going to say in one area, and this is not my
Shut up, stupid. Not you,
this is your
Notori.
guys' narrative, right? Your guys' narrative is that Donald Trump has basically put a firewall on the most important entity in America, which is the Supreme Court. These aren't just smart men who make good common sense decisions. No, it's conservative leaning. So hasn't Donald Trump been pretty effective on that in terms of getting what he wanted from the conservatives and changing the narrative in this country?
I would argue that Mitch McConnell was actually effective in doing that, and he
He
actually.
would argue that Mitch McConnell was much more effective. The effectiveness of Mitch McConnell,
The actual discussion. So
sir.
what was your overall point? Your overarching point, if there was one?
I didn't really have a point.
There we go. That's it. There we go.